Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So according to two sources, Matt Gaetz' friend and his alleged co-conspirator, essentially, Joel Greenberg, has been working with the feds since last year. So apparently he realized they had him dead to rights. They had a ton of evidence against him, and he decided that the only way out of it, somewhat, and with a reduced sentence, would be to help them with somebody higher up in the food chain. So apparently he has admitted that both he and Gaetz have paid women for sex in either cash or with gifts. This could be why federal agents executed a search warrant and seized Matt Gaetz' personal cell phone back in December of last year. That is news that also just came out. They also, at the same time, seized his ex-girlfriend's phone, and this has been verified by 3 people who say that they heard this directly from Matt Gaetz. Now, in addition to this news about Greenberg flipping on him and giving up evidence and the cell phone issue, there's more news that has come out about the trip to the Bahamas. A woman who attended that trip told Politico that no underage women traveled with them. So apparently the Bahamas trip occurred in September of 2018, and most of the group flew on 2 separate private planes. Gaetz, however, for some reason, traveled to the Bahamas on a commercial flight, so he didn't travel with everyone else. This group allegedly consisted of Gaetz, Dr. Jason Perizzolo, he's the hand surgeon and marijuana businessman who I've talked about on the show. The other man who went was a GOP state legislator, so a Republican state legislator named Halsey Beshears, and then 5 women. So yeah, seems a little odd. You have 5 women going with 3 men. Now, one of the women out of those 5 was allegedly the 17-year-old girl who's at the center of all of this Gaetz and Greenberg sex trafficking investigation. However, she was legally an adult at the time of this Bahamas trip. She apparently had turned 18 months prior to this group vacation. So she was still a teenager, and Matt Gaetz was still a 30-something-year-old man. I mean, he's 38 years old right now, I believe. So at that time, 2019, he would have been 35 years old. And according to friends of his, he claims that he didn't have sex with her until she turned 18. Wow, what a guy. What a great guy to wait until she is 18, still a teenager, having sex with a mid-30-something-year-old man. So apparently some of these women who went, I'm assuming she's one of them that they were referring to, but some of the women look so young that the U.S. Customs stopped Halsey Beshears because this was his private plane that they were traveling on. And so they questioned him about these girls, about these women. So Beshears has now allegedly told his friends that he believes he's a subject of this investigation as well. And here's the deal. Even if all of these women were above the age of 18, even if they were all, legal consenting age, it's still a crime to pay people for sex. And that's whether it's in cash or drugs or anything of value. It's also illegal to take someone across state lines or to another country for the purpose of prostitution. However, they'll have to prove that. If they were in fact exchanging sex for money or gifts, then that's illegal. But one of the women who went on this trip told reporters that none of the women engaged in prostitution. First of all, how does she know? How does she know what the other 4 women were engaged in? And there's plenty of women on these sugar daddy websites who don't think of themselves as a prostitute or what they're doing as prostitution, when in fact it is. I've seen them on talk shows and they swear up and down and argue that it's not prostitution. And I'm not judging. I think a grown woman, a woman of legal age, should be able to do whatever she wants with her body. But let's keep it real. They wouldn't go out with these guys. They wouldn't be having sex with these men if they weren't receiving cash or other items. That's the difference. That's what it comes down to. When you're sending hundreds of dollars to young women via Venmo and Apple Pay and other apps, after they just had sex with you, that's prostitution. I don't care what they're using it for. They may have used it for higher education. You're still a John. She's still acting as a prostitute in that scenario. A rose by any other name. All right, guys, I will keep you updated. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.